Today I want to talk a little bit more about Mountain Springs Resort. It's an interesting development. It's 144 units, and it is slope side on the side of Blue Mountain with direct access to the North Chair and right beside the Toronto Ski Club. And it's a little different than an average residential condominium in that it is zoned as a commercial resort hotel, basically. And so in these units, there are studio units, 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom units. There's basically 4 different designs. And because of the zoning, you can't live in them full time. In fact, the zoning has a limitation of 120 days a year. So most people that own them use them as a getaway, a vacation property, and many people rent them out the rest of the time. Now, the town of Blue Mountains does have a bylaw that regulates short-term rental accommodations, anything less than 30 days. So if you're going to rent it out for a day or a weekend or a week, you either have to have a license or it has to be rented out by a property manager who has at least 10 units for rent. There is a company that has many units for rent in there, and many people use them. So basically the way that it works is you have, your own usage or whatever, and the rest of the time you have it with the property manager. And generally speaking, with moderate owner usage, the income for these units in the course of the year will offset all or most of the operating expenses, but they won't pay for the cost of financing as well. If that were the case, we'd probably buy 10 and we'd all quit working, right? Out of the revenue that you generate, you do need to pay the rental property management fees and cleaning fees, utilities, insurance, condo fees, taxes, that type of thing. So as I say, it's ideal for somebody who's looking for a getaway for themselves but wants to offset all the other operating costs. The taxes are actually quite low in the development. The condo fees, $300 to $400, depending on the size of the unit, and they do include use of all the amenities. There's an outdoor pool, there's a year-round hot tub, there are tennis courts, and it also includes water and sewer and cable, as well as property management and maintenance of the common elements. Two things really that are important to know. In most cases, HST will be in addition to the purchase price. Now, if you're going to be renting out the property most of the time, you may be able to defer or offset that by becoming an HST registrant yourself, because you would be collecting HST on guest stays and remitting those. And by doing that, you can defer payment of HST on your purchase. The other thing to be aware is because they are zoned commercially, it is difficult to get a typical residential mortgage on these properties. So a lot of people, if they're not a cash buyer, are financing against the equity in their principal residence and taking a conventional mortgage there and using it to purchase these units. One other thing is that many units are members of the Blue Mountain Village Association, which is very worthwhile doing because the animation that they provide is one of the things that keeps the hotel rooms in the area full. But there is a transfer fee of 1% of the purchase price paid on closing to transfer the membership to you. And then there are annual dues, but they're insignificant. They're a very small amount of money. So those are a few things you need to know about Mountain Springs before you jump. And it's a good little development. There's a lot of value there for the money. There's a very proactive board of directors in place. They're continually doing improvements and upgrades to make the project a better place. And a lot of people that are in there are very, very happy. So if you have more questions about Mountain Springs, give me a call. I'm Marg Scheben-Edey, broker, RE/MAX Four Seasons Realty. Thank you.